What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new crypto TV episode. In today's video, we'll be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Bitcoin, gold to US dollar. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. We're doing a giveaway at 5,000 subscribers for some crypto TV merch. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. So we're going to be looking at, as you saw in the title, where is Litecoin headed? Where's Bitcoin headed? Are we going to see some lower lows? Are we going to see some higher highs? You know, it's a very difficult question to answer, but I did want to give you guys my best answer to it, as well as showing you guys if you guys watched yesterday's video, I discussed CNBC talking about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin bottomed. So I did actually find an article that basically explained that video in detail and word for word pretty much what the video said. So I can actually show you guys that, and I won't get freaking demonetized or anything like that, so that's pretty cool. Otherwise, let's look at the coin market cap really quick, then we'll jump right into the episode. So we're on the coin market cap. Market cap is 220 billion. 24-hour volume is 11.5. Bitcoin dominance is 52%. So what I know is that the market cap is up from yesterday. I believe yesterday we were at like 214 billion, so around 6 billion up. Our 24-hour volume is actually quite low. We're seeing 11.5 when we saw around like 13 or 14 yesterday and the day before. Bitcoin dominance is 52%. So that's about even where it was yesterday. So we're really seeing more movement in the altcoins, which is interesting. So as I scroll down, you can see the top 10 coins right now. The only coin that seems to be down is XRP at 51 cents. Otherwise, everything else is in green. Looks quite nice. I'm just going to scroll down. We can see majority of the altcoins are doing quite well today. Even though we're not seeing, you know, double digits all across the board, practically every altcoin does seem to be in the green, so that is definitely very good news for the market. We have Bitcoin at 6,600, Litecoin at 5,878, XRP at 51, Ethereum at 226. So these are pretty good numbers. It's nice to see Litecoin back up above like $56, which we saw like yesterday and the day before. So things do look quite nice. Moving on to this article really quick, I just wanted to read a little snippet out of basically that video that we saw yesterday. I can actually show you guys this. So this basically says, despite the news, Bitcoin has hovered around $6,600 all week. Towards the end of last year, when we were in the peak of this bull market, bad news seemed to have no effect on the markets. Now we are seeing the other side of that. When we have a week of news with TD, Rick Edelman, and Yale, and it has almost no effect on the price. So it's very interesting to see that positive news doesn't, you know, directly affect cryptocurrency's price. Very interesting. But he then continues and says, Bogart, former Bitcoin analyst and VP of Needham, called the developments important building blocks to leading more institutional capital into the space. So basically, yes, these news informations are not, or basically these news articles and all this positive news that's coming out about cryptocurrency isn't directly affecting the price, but it's building blocks to help big financial investors get involved in cryptocurrency and actually feel comfortable putting in big amounts of money into the space, which can obviously set a bonfire like it's about to say and kind of make this price go much higher. Then says, I think it's going to take a little bit of time, but each of these news items is a piece of kindling that we are going to throw onto a future crypto bonfire when we have the next bull market. He added, Bitcoin was last down 0.81% at 6,600, according to Coindex, briefly topped 19,000 in December before losing more than half its value. But basically, it's saying that all of these small things are going to be thrown onto the news. Basically, they're all news being thrown into this future crypto fire, and eventually we're going to have a massive bull run or a massive, you know, bonfire. It's a very good reference. So hopefully that helped a few of you guys. I do want to just jump into the technical analysis aspect of things, kind of get a general overview of what exactly is going on today, what we're exactly seeing, and then we'll wrap things up. But one thing that I'm noticing, which is quite interesting, is more and more as I'm watching the price action move, this line of support or resistance right now is very stable and very strong. It is on the 4-hour, which is slightly weaker than the daily, but as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 confirmations, if not 6 confirmations of this uptrend. which is interesting because yes, it is an uptrend, and usually uptrends hurt them. Usually uptrends are beneficial and crucial for the market, but it seems to be a resistance point for the current overall market. So we do have support right here, and you can see previously we did break bearish from it, and we did fall below. Let me get that back up on there. Good. And you can see we fell and found a support at around $57. And then we kind of pulled back up as we tested being oversold on the relative strength index. We shot back up to the top. Not only was there a resistance right here, you can see our yellow uptrend is now acting as resistance. We're also bumping into our high-low middle moving average on the 4-hour. I now just want to zoom in a little bit closer to show you guys what I'm referring to. What's interesting again is we're now having two resistances. Not only was it the uptrend, it was also the high-low MMA. You can see as we continue down throughout today, we then shot up once again. Not only did we break through the high-low MMA, but we retested our currently new resistance. So it's very interesting to see us, shoot right up. We were at $58.50 and we shot all the way up to almost $60, faced resistance right here, and then retraced back down and are now starting a downwards candle. But it's very interesting to see how much this coin likes to fly up and how very, very, very strong and pretty founded and grounded this line of support is. So it's very interesting to see us use this as a support. It is a definite, for sure, line of support that that Litecoin seems to be following quite well. You can see the resistance we've had here. So now it's pretty much just discussing where exactly we're going to go. The longer we hang out below this high-low MMA, the greater the chances we have to retracing back down to $55, $50. Around 55, I'd say, is the next retracement level. The thing I want to point out, though, is yes, even though we did break bearish from this support here, what's keeping us afloat right now is the fact that, yes, even though we broke bearish here, there's still higher lows. So in regards, we have a higher low there, a higher low here, a higher low, higher low. These prices, like stepping stones, are always higher up. Each one is higher up, which if the price keeps staying like that is very, very, very beneficial for Litecoin, for us to see, previous highs again. So as long as we can continue to make these higher lows and not break below a previous higher low, it's a good confirmation that we're still going to head up in price. You can see, I'd say right about now, our $55 or $54.98 support seems to be what we're hanging out at. If we don't break below this, higher low, we should be okay. I want to see whether or not this is one higher low or if these are two separate ones. We're going to have to just find that out in a few more days, kind of see if we decide to take up higher or we break below here. So it'll be interesting, but otherwise we do seem to be in a interesting spot, I'd like to say. We're pretty much halved out on the relative strength index at around 46, 47. So plenty potential to go either direction. So that's something you have to take into account here. Nothing is for sure. Moving on to Bitcoin. Very interesting, guys. Would you look at that? So we've been making and tracking Bitcoin for quite some time now. And a lot of you guys saw this Elliott wave that I've drawn, which I'll show you guys on the daily in a second. But basically what we confirmed, and you can scroll it all the way back into previous videos, we were basically at D. Or you know what, we were probably way, way, way up over here. And we called that we're going to come back down and use this support right here. And then, we discovered the Elliott wave that formed. And we discussed that because we had a D point, we were headed for E. E always touches the top of the resistance. So you can see in the symmetrical triangle, this is the resistance at the top. And look, guys, we are so close to completing the Elliott wave. It's only a few more days and we should retest E. And then, we're going to have to find out where exactly Bitcoin is headed to. But obviously, you can see we broke very bullish. We shot all the way up to 66.45 some point today. Trading sideways as of right now, kind of retracing back down a little bit, back to our high-low MMA, using that as a support. But you can see we did break bearish in the past and shot up back above our high-low MMA and have been trading sideways on it ever since. But it's very interesting because we're about to hit this resistance here and we're going to, be in for a pretty nice surprise. We either are going to break quite bearish or quite bullish. A lot of things are leaning me more towards a bullish approach to this symmetrical triangle or bull flag, whatever you want to call it. But it's very interesting, and if you watched the channel long enough, you would know that I've been telling you guys to buy back at D. So that hopefully helps you guys out. You know, these money can be made even in symmetrical triangles. That's what I really want to get at with you guys, is even though we don't have a for sure bullish breakout, when we see, you know, these movements like here, this consolidation, this funneling back into a point right here, it's very easy to call and to predict where the price is going to go. You know, you could have started with our A-B confirmation, and once you hit B, you would have known that we were going to go back up to support or to resistance right here. But yes, the resistance at the top band, but also these high-low MMAs are our support too. So we then retraced all the way back up to C. At C, it was for sure that you could then draw a D and an E. So we have D here, and obviously you can see that we fell right back to D. I can just move this out a little bit. And now you can see we're consolidating further, retesting our downtrend again. And now we're about to hit point E. So a beautiful Elliott wave that has formed, a beautiful bull flag right here. Very interesting, very easy to call. So, you know, money could be made on any of these. When you bought after the bearish run, you could have bought at B, retraced it back up to C, sold off, watched it fall, bought at D, and now you could have made money from here. You know, if you bought the price all the way back at $6,100, sold it at E at 66, that's a $500 profit. Now, if you had 2 Bitcoins, that's a grand. And let's see, September 14th to October 8th. So about 3 weeks, but $1,000 is a very nice, you know, side money, you know, side hustle. A lot of people don't even make $1,000 a year. Well, maybe not you guys, because you guys are a little bit older, but people I know in college are not making $1,000 a year. Moving on, though, to Ethereum. Ethereum just seems to be trading sideways. Again, I can't really talk much about Ethereum. I don't want to keep repeating myself. But again, just trading sideways, it does seem to have found some sort of support. So why not just add that in right there? So you can see the sideways trading over here. We'll see if we can trade above here. But, you know, because we're out of the downtrend, it does seem like we should reverse and head right back up to our high-low MMA at around 325. So do keep that in mind. I do think a quick reverse is going to happen and in the forecast. Moving on now to Bitcoin Gold. I have not talked about Bitcoin Gold at all, or in not a long time, or in a very long time, sorry. So one thing to note is we do have a very, very, very strong resistance up top here. You can see we have a very nice ascending triangle right here, and you can see the consolidation that we are having right now. So if we pull back down right to here, this may not, yes, if you looked on the cryptocurrency market cap and you typed in Bitcoin Gold, we are up quite a bit. Ready? Bitcoin Gold is up, I believe, like 9 or 10%. You can see, let's see, Bitcoin Gold is up 9.5%. Now, if we look at this on the chart, you can see that even though we are up 9% right now, we are still in this ascending triangle. So there is still plenty of movement that's happening. Yes, we are nearing overbought, but we probably will anticipate some sort of, you know, bearish retracement, something like that maybe. You know, consolidate up here, and then we could see the pop. We could then see the run here. That is a very possible movement to happen. So definitely keep Bitcoin Gold on your radar. Another thing that could happen is we could just tank. Oops, we can just tank like that. And if we don't go that low, I definitely say the next possible run would be something like that, right down to this high-low middle moving average right here. So basically, those are the 2 plays that I can anticipate Bitcoin Gold moving. Very good coin. Glad I saw that, caught that run. It's a good coin in terms of technical analysis. As for the business proposition, that I cannot give you my opinion on. I have not done that much research on it. But otherwise, that's pretty much going to sum up the episode. I do not know why I cannot delete this line. It is driving me nuts. But if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, giveaway at 5K, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.